of a day. Damn.
Gotta make it rain.
Oh, make it rain, baby. Oh, you got. Oh, make it rain.
That's just a small donation compared to what we're really going after.
That we're really going after, which is basically a lot of money. And the great thing about it is we can take it all because we don't got to deal with a fucking hurricane. Great, right? Yeah.
Just like that song.
Rock you like the hurricane.
Just hope it's not category 6.
You're damn right. Welcome everybody to a brand new movie review where we talk about the Hurricane Heist. And oh man, yeah, man, this is an interesting kind of movie. I love the trailers, man. The trailers are like really like.
It's because they had that song in it. It just really made the trailer pop.
It made the trailer pop. It was so good, man. I'm loving that shit. So, I mean, where do you want to start with Hurricane Heist, man?
Well, let's give you a cast listing so you know who's in it. You got Ryan Quanten.
You got Ryan Quanten, and he was from, of course, True Blood.
Yep.
And
then a couple other things that I haven't really seen yet, so.
I loved True Blood for the first few seasons. Then it went completely downhill.
It became completely batshit and stupid.
Not his fault, but it just completely went downhill. You've got Toby Kebbell.
Yep.
And Toby Kebbell has been in a few movies.
He played Dr. Doom in the Fantastic Four movie.
Yes, and he also played.
He
was in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Yes, and he was also in. I forget which one it was. I forget. It was a sequel. The Titans movie. Not Clash of Titans, but the sequel to that one.
Oh, yes, he was in that too. Yes, he was in that too. Yes, he's a decent actor. He's in that. And you also have Maggie Grace.
Which the last thing me and you saw her in was, what was it? That one with her and Guy Pearce?
Yeah, that sci-fi epic.
Lockout or something?
Lockout or she's been in all the Taken movies, and I loved her on Lost.
We started with Taken. At least not after the first one.
At least not the first one.
I mean, she's a decent actress. She just got to find the right projects.
Yes, I do agree. I was sick and tired of her kind of playing the damsel in distress kind of thing.
Or the whiny one. Who's like, oh, I can't really do anything. You gotta help me. You gotta help me. I had to say it.
You had to. I don't know. I mean, for me, I will say this much. I think here she doesn't play a damsel in distress. No. Not at all. Let's be honest. And I think she's a very strong female character. Basically, she plays this woman who... ATF agent who basically is babysitting
old money.
Old money.
Old recycled money, which they turn into, what she says, confetti. It
could turn into confetti, and basically, she says...
It would make me cry if I had to watch that. She's seeing hundreds of millions of dollars, old bills getting destroyed, and I'm like, I'd be crying my eyes out.
I'd be crying my eyes out too. I'd be like, oh man,
like
really?
One handful of that would set me up for life.
Oh my god. Yeah. So basically, while this is going on, she's babysitting about $600 million, as well as having to deal with a hurricane that is coming down on the very area that she's babysitting this money at.
Which is a kind of a brilliant idea. If you're going to do a heist, what better way during a natural disaster?
Yes, you're right. Not only that, but as you said it, there's people who are trying to take the money while all of this is going on as well.
There's a couple double crosses in this movie, which I thought was kind of, I wouldn't say predictable, but it was like, oh, you didn't think it was really going to go that way in a little bit.
You didn't think it was going to go that way? At least I didn't think it was going to go that way. I liked the chemistry between Toby Kebbell and Maggie Grace. I like their characters. I like the interactions they have. I like Ryan Quanten in it. I think Ryan Quanten's very good in it. And I liked sort of this whole thing with the hurricane and the heist going on. You know what this movie reminds me of? Hard Rain. Do you remember Hard Rain with Christian Slater? Morgan Freeman.
Oh, yes. I remember that.
Yes.
It's been a long time since I even heard the name.
Yes. Hard Rain.
Yeah.
This reminds me exactly of Hard Rain. And I was like,
It doesn't go well for anybody in either of these films.
No, for some reason, you know, whether you're dealing with a hurricane or you're dealing with a huge flood while doing a heist, it doesn't matter. It doesn't end well for anybody.
You could have this thing planned down to a T, just one little storm or something messing your plans up.
True. I thought the hurricane element of it was really cool. I liked the destruction of the town with the hurricane. I thought that it reminded me actually a lot of Twister. A lot of stuff like that. I like that a lot.
Ode to greatness there. You know, one great actor who passed on. Remember?
What?
The actor from Twister?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right.
It's like I could actually see him being a part of this film if he was still alive.
Oh, yeah.
He would have been a great addition to it.
He would have been a great addition to it, too.
What I think was very interesting was the level of how big the vault is that hold all that money in.
Oh, man.
If you were trying to crack that safe, if you were trying to cut through that would probably take you a month.
That would take you, oh God, man.
Even with the most advanced blow torches and all that type of stuff, laser and all that.
Well, that's why in a lot of ways I sort of like am always kind of interested in like the idea of like, you know, the whole bank vaults and everything like that and the security of it.
Oh, you
and
figure this one's the Federal Reserve one, so it's got to be that effective.
Well, there's a lot of heavy security here, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of heavy security. And in a lot of ways, like, you would think it would be hard to get through all this, but with these people who are experts and everything.
They planned it to a T.
They had the
Which
inside
was
people.
kind of effective, too.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought it was really effective. I personally did, too.
And you figure, they're going to do a heist like this, everybody's going to die, you know, a lot of people are going to get killed. They actually planned it to a point where they did a non-effective attack.
Well, they didn't want to, like, kill anybody.
Oh, that, and you're doing a federal thing, so it's federal charges, too.
But what I don't understand with that, me personally, is that, okay, when you're gonna take down something, you don't want any witnesses, so wouldn't you have to kill them anyways?
That part I thought, it's like, if they're gonna do that kind of attack, they should have worn masks or something.
Exactly, like they don't wear any masks, they stun them, and then they end up like, you know, of course waking up, but those are witnesses. They know.
What movie was that with Denzel Washington where they had Clive Owen in it? They did that bank heist movie.
Oh my God!
You know which one I'm talking about.
I know which one you're talking about.
They did that they should have did that kind of thing where they confused everybody. It was just like, they have all this garb on, they can't tell who's in on it and all that. They should have implied that toward this movie.
Yes, I think they should have applied that. And you have certain characters in this movie, some of the people who are doing the heist, who are a little squeamish to want to kill people.
Oh, you mean the computer IT that helped them do that?
The people who were just like they're good at their jobs, but you're in a heist.
Yeah, I mean, what did you expect? I mean, they're just like, they're the hacker types. I mean, they're the kind of confusing group in this. I mean, there's a part later in the movie where it's just like, you got a giant hurricane coming behind you and you decide to do this in this part of the movie.
Well, let's be honest. They decide to basically, she's spreading her legs. I try to get my leg up high, but I can't do it, so I'm not even gonna try.
She's a woman. She probably does a lot of yoga, and
it probably does a lot of yoga. But like they were starting to like make love as they're driving this semi down the road, trying to avoid getting caught in the storm.
And the storm is like maybe about a mile away from them. And mind you see the storm. I would have been hauling ass. I would have had that pedal all the way to the ground.
I would have been like, you bet your ass, I'm not going to be the last one here. Like, fuck this.
Well, he thinks, we got the money, it's a little playtime before the storm. I'm like, I don't care how hot she is. I would have waited till we got cleared, then she would have been going down on me.
Playtime can be afterward, okay? We don't, come on now, man.
I mean, I kind of figured, like, by the time you get to the end of the movie, they're pretty much the last two left out of the whole gang. I'm like, they gotta bite it somehow.
They got, like, when they're almost like to the point of being safe, I'm like thinking, oh, come on, they're not gonna survive. No, come on now.
There is one little thing I pointed out to him after the movie.
Yeah.
When they do round up all the security at the Federal Reserve, you know, all the army or military guys.
Yeah.
They're still stuck down there in there. It's like, is anybody gonna let them know they're still down there? They need to be released, you know.
Well, the thing I sort of said too was like, well, wait a second. Like, the movie, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the movie just ends, right? Yeah. So the three of them survive, and they
lose a good chunk of the money, but
they go off basically to say, hey, we saved the money, we're gonna go to Washington or whatever and say what happened or whatever. So they left, but I'm like thinking, what about the other people that are left in there? What about, I mean, they're just living in there. They can't get out.
No, they're all tied up too, and you know they got their hands bound and stuff like that.
They have no food. They have no water.
Once they start going cannibal on one another.
I mean, what? Like, I guess they just completely forgot about it. Like, what?
I mean, unless that storm blew that whole place away. I mean,
I was like, huh?
That storm was literally. I mean, you think the one in Twister was bad? You should have saw this storm.
Yeah, this one is really
like it was
great.
Literally ripping the ground out from underneath it.
You know, I love the CGI of it too. I thought the CGI actually, for something that I didn't think was going to be that good for the CGI, was really well done. I liked that a lot. The only thing I didn't like, well, and I told you before we started this review, for some reason, there's a couple times in this movie where the storm turns into like
demon face,
like a skull, like somebody's skull
type thing.
Yeah, and I just was like, what the fuck, like, huh?
You've seen the beginning of the film, the first time the two brothers are in a major storm, their pop gets killed, and he sees like the skull reaper thing, whatever. It's like, for him, that's a representation of death.
Okay, and I get that, but I'm like, you could have done that better than just showing a skull or something.
It's all in his mental state.
I know. I'm like,
I mean, it's kind of contradictory. The guy is terrified of storms, yet he becomes a weatherman. I mean,
yeah, like, really? Well, I will say this much though: this movie is directed by Rob Cohen, and Rob Cohen, of course, is famous for directing the first Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
He directed the first XXX, and of course, he also directed Mummy, the Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
That was downfall.
Okay, nobody's perfect, but
yeah, you had to have a sour lemon.
Yeah, that was sour lemon. But he's actually a pretty good director with this movie. I think he handles the action perfectly, and the action is great in this movie. By the way,
I think one of the best stunts that they did was the part in the mall. Remember when
the one where and they shot,
like, that was a risk doing something like that.
Yeah, that was, that's bold. I like that. I did like that a lot.
You gotta have some balls to do something like that during the middle of a storm.
Whether it's the mall scene or the scene where they're trying to take down the satellite, stuff like that, I thought that the action was really good in it. All the actors did really well. And by the way, give props to a lot of the actors, because they're dealing with wind and rain and elements being thrown at them and everything. There was one part
where the guy's throwing hubcaps and it turned into like a Death Star ninja. I was like, whoosh.
Yeah. It's, so great.
He said the winds were going like, what, 160, 180 by then?
Yeah, something like that.
That'd be like shooting a bullet right to somebody.
Well, this is true. You know what? But I think he handles the action and the actors and the CGI. I think he handles everything really well. He really knows how to deal with this movie. And you know what? Like I said, this movie reminds me of something like Hard Rain, which I hadn't seen a type of movie like this in quite a while. So it was nice of a kind of refreshing thing to see it in the theater.
I think for terms of storm movies, I think this was the better one that we saw compared to, what was it, the beginning of this year? Or last year? We saw Geostorm.
Geostorm was last year, sir.
Yeah, last year. It was like it's not easy doing these types of storms.
No, it's not. And honestly, big CGI sort of hurricane disaster stuff going on. It's not easy to pull it off. I think this movie actually does it pretty well, and
they even do a great like. Remember when you see the CGI for the giant, the marina and all that stuff getting crushed by the wave? I'm like, holy shit!
It looked believable. It looked good, and like I said, this is one of the surprising movies because, again, I didn't think it was going to be amazing, but I didn't think it was going to be really good either. But it ended up being a nice surprise.
Oh, don't forget, he's got his Dominator car. So
that car is cool. If let me tell you something. If like weathermen or storm chasers drive that car, sign me up, man. I'll go back to school for that shit. Okay.
I will take one of those when the world becomes Mad Max territory.
Oh yeah.
You would actually survive with that car.
You're damn right you would. Man.
Even the guy says like that thing's built like a tank. I'm like, yeah.
Damn right it is.
How many cars you can think put spikes to the ground?
I know this car don't do it. So, I mean, shit.
You need a hell of an upgrade option.
Damn right you do. I mean, what are your final thoughts and grade rating on Hurricane Heist, sir?
This movie didn't keep me bored.
No.
The action was well done. The acting was done. I mean, there's some areas where it's predictable, like the beginning double cross and all that.
Yeah, we've seen it before.
I mean, some of the downgrades, what we said before, is like if you're going to do a heist like this and you don't want to have witnesses, I mean, either kill them or have masks on, which I think you brought a valid point to that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to do, like you said about the hackers, I'm like, if you're going to do this type of thing, you're going to expect the people to get murdered or killed. Yeah,
you've got to expect casualties.
I mean, the only other flaw point was, like they said, with the Marines that are still stuck back there, the Army guys, whatever you want to call them. And it makes me wonder if they actually did drive back to D.C. to take that money back. I'm like, how are you going to explain you still kind of lost 2/3 of the money?
Yeah, I know. Like, her responsibility was to secure all the 600, but, Ford just went.
She did what she could. You had a Type 6 storm out there.
I just thought about this, right?
It's raining money.
I just thought about this, right? So the hurricane takes the 2 other trucks, right? And the money swirling around. Boy, when the citizens of that town come back... That's
if the money didn't get torn apart, too.
Well, that's true. But, like... I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, Mom, I found a couple thousand hundreds in my backyard.
I'm gonna
give me the money, or you're dead. That's what I thought. You didn't expect this double cross, did you?
Oh fuck me! All right, what's your fucking grade rating for this shit? Oh God! Sorry. Oh fuck!
Here's for the damages.
Okay,
with your health care, you probably gonna need all of this.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
I thought the movie was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't a great movie, but it still kept me interested to watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, it did rock me like a hurricane. I'd have to give this movie probably. I'll give it a solid B.
A solid B? Okay. Like I said, this was a surprise for me. I really liked the movie, and I thought, I like the fact that Maggie Grace is playing a very tough woman, not somebody who's like, help me.
Help me. I like that scene from the what was it, the fly or something.
Oh, the fly, yeah.
Like about to get eaten. Help me.
Oh God. Yeah, I liked her in it. Toby Kebbell was really good in it. I thought a lot of people did a really great job with this movie. The director, Rob Cohen, I thought really back on his game. Thought he did a great job in this movie as well. CGI was great. Action. I'm gonna give it as you a solid B. A solid B as well.
There was another actor who played the sheriff in this movie. I don't know the actor's name, but I've seen him in quite a different.
No, and I do want to say something about that real quick. I'm sorry. It's a typical bad guy thing.
Yeah.
You're fucking monologuing. Just fucking shoot your goddamn gun, will you? Just
trust
fucking
me, we could get to a whole YouTube thing right here about that,
God.
but we don't got the time.
We don't got the time. Anyways, I'm keeping this money. I don't care.
I don't think your mouth's big enough to hold all that money.
I don't sell a fry.
I don't think your bank's gonna want that bag after it's been in your mouth.
Well,
hey, you could have some money confetti cereal. That'd be a new brand. Coming by Hurricane Heist.
You want the one that was in my mouth?
Hell no. I don't know where your mouth has been.
All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. And we will be back next time for another movie review with less
gooey money.
Gooey money.
Then again, oh, that's disgusting.
See you later, guys.
He's a special boy.